So we're getting close to making a decision. We didn't update y'all on this, but after we went and looked at the warehouse, we started looking for more things because we didn't just want to jump at the first thing we were approved for. Even though we loved it and we could see it being a good space, we wanted to continue looking at other spaces. So there wasn't any more warehouses I found, but I did start finding office space. And so we started to look at the office space. The one that we looked at was like amazing too. So, and then the guy was really cool. We're not 100% approved yet, but he's basically trying to work with us as much as possible to get us approved. He just texted me this morning, this December 20th right now. And the difference is that he wants us to move in immediately, basically. So that'll be on the 1st of the month, 1st of the year. The warehouse wants us to move in on February 1st, but they do want us to go ahead and secure the deposit now. So me and the wife were just trying to compare pros and cons to both spaces, and it's like so difficult to choose because it's two totally different spaces, two totally different vibes, and two totally different type of uses we will have. Because if we go into the warehouse space, the pros for the warehouse space is that it seems like it's a little bit more room. The warehouse space not being climate controlled was another thing that was one of the major cons, because we're just not sure how it's supposed to work with herbs. Because when you store herbs long term, you need to store them in a cool, dark place away from sunlight. But in the warehouse, the actual warehouse space is not going to be cool all year round. It'll be cool during the cool season, but during the summer it's going to be hot. So if we're planning on keeping herbs in there kind of long term, we can't keep them in the warehouse. We'll have to keep them in one of those office spaces. And it was, if you remember, there was two office spaces. You walked in, there was an office space, and then there was one right there, but they were both really small. The office is 100% air conditioned. It's basically like a condominium type of apartment looking thing. You walk in, there's a room, it's like a living room. You go down the hall, there's an office here, and an office here, which is they just look like bedrooms basically. But that's it. Just wanted to update you guys on this warehouse journey, or this moving journey. No matter if we pick the warehouse or the office space, we're definitely ready to move, so we can expand for you guys, so we can hire some help and speed up processing and everything like that. So yeah, that's it. Keep following the ride, because we're here now, still working outside of our bedroom, and we're in this space where we're ready to expand and move up, no matter if we're afraid of the next step or not. So just join us on this journey, because we really want to take this to a whole different level, where we have a huge warehouse where we're employing multiple people and expanding to be able to really reach as many people as possible to help them with anxiety, depression, and all the other mental illness.
Wait, are we paying him on the 1st of the month? It's not prorated if we, I'm confused. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está?
¿Cómo estás?
Oh, I was on mute.
Quick update as far as us expanding into a new space. You guys saw the warehouse. I talked about the office that we found. We decided to go with the office. It was more pros in the office than cons. And as far as the versus the warehouse, it just seemed like the office was better suited for us. And the biggest thing that was hard for us to decide about the warehouse was that it wasn't climate controlled, and we know that when you store herbs, it's important to store it in a climate controlled area, so the herbs can not go bad, right? So you got to keep it in a cool, dark place. And that was just one of the things I didn't know who to talk to about that. I tried to do research, but I couldn't really find much about it. And I just think it gives us more space to do creative things. Like we were thinking about starting a podcast. It would be easier to start a podcast in there. doing more content for you guys. It'll be easier to do it in there versus the warehouse. So we're going to be supposedly picking up the keys later today. Update. She thinks that it's a scam because it was too easy. It was easy, and the dude was super cool. But I'm like, I don't know. I think she's just scared. But eventually, we're breaking down all the ways that it could be a scam. But it's just the main reason is that he's being too nice. That's crazy. Babe says she thinks it's a scam.
I didn't say that it was a scam. I just felt like it was super easy to get into this place. I mean, it was no like, both places was super easy to get in. It was like we got approved like within the first 24 hours or 48 hours. So it just seems so easy to get in because since we've been together for the last 14 years, we have never gotten into anything that easy.
We had to fight teeth, claw, and nail to get into places because our credit was terrible. But I was saying that we were. It's the way that you speak to people, because I was upfront about the credit situation. Like both our credit, I'm just be clear, both our credits aren't good, but we're good in our word, and we can, give you that. I just feel like it's a blessing, and when you get blessings, that sometimes the blessings can feel like a scam when you're not used to blessings.
And we're not used to people looking out for you, or
at all.
Or used to people being nice, because.
And he talking about us moving in early. That's another thing. Like, he's being too nice. I think that's the thing that she thinks that he's being too nice overall. It's like, not only did he work with us on credit, even though we had to pay double deposit, you know what I'm saying? Like, we bended for that. But he was just too nice, I guess. He's like, moving on the first, but he's like, you can get the keys now if you wanted to move in and start settling in. And that was like, started to raise red flags, like, who's this nice? You know what I'm saying? First of all, it was too easy to get in, and it was too nice. I think it was too nice, right? Yeah. Those are the two major things.
Like, we have been doing everything by ourselves for the last 14 years. Like, we don't get no type of advice or any type of help. Atlanta for you. The thing was, today is Wednesday and Christmas is on Saturday, and he's like, oh yeah, guys, you can get the keys tomorrow. And then he's like, oh no, matter of fact, you can get the keys today. I'm like, what? Like, that wasn't even on my mind. We was thinking about Christmas. And then I'm like, it's that time of the year. Maybe he's feeling nice. He liked our vibe. We explained what we doing, our vision, family-owned business, what we do. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell you. I told him about because he texted me. He wanted to do a call on the day that I did the duck flower, and I texted him, and I was like, I can't do it. And I told him I was sick, and then the next day, and he was like, I hope you feel better. And I was like, yeah, it was just a day thing because I took the duck flower. It's a detox herb. And he was like, I need that. He's like, where'd you get it? So I sent him the website and everything. So it's like, you just seemed like a cool dude. Like, and it just seemed like we may have run into a blessing. Now, there's a possibility that it could be a scam because we are skeptical people. And like, we've been scammed before. And people have tried to scam us. Yeah.
But we've never seen anybody that's meet us face to face, have the key to a place, let us in.
Hold on, why is he crying?
What's wrong with this dude? His car is already messed up. Did the dude leave? Dude must have left off.
I don't know. Oh, so sad, lost this.
Dude must have like hit and run. What are you gonna do? Anyway, she be alright. Guys, let's send a prayer. Should be good. Find some extra money. She obviously ain't have insurance. We need to get insurance for one. The duct tape showed that she ain't have insurance.
And she probably just was like, oh, his car must not have gotten messed up. So he just was like, I'm gonna go. And that's probably why she started crying, because she's just like, damn.
He just peeled off. He didn't even get out the car. That's messed up.
Anyways,
I already told him, like, when we talked on the phone, he knew about what we was doing. The first thing they asked is what kind of business he got. So I explained what we were doing. And then when we got there is when he learned more about us being family owned. That's another thing. It's like I asked him about the payment because he's like, get the keys, and we didn't even like wire the payment yet.
like,
so it's like,
what is happening in life right now?
Are you really this? Either like you obviously they've never been scammed, and that's why I was telling them, like, maybe they never been scammed before, like, and they never had somebody come and try to scam them or like move in and not have the rent or something like that. And they just like, I know y'all, based on the vibe, I mess with y'all, I know y'all got it. It does seem like it's like
too good to be true.
Too good to be true, yeah. So
but because we this happened to us before, and we was looking for a house. Like
this house, right?
No, it wasn't this house. It was a different house. It was they gave us the key code and everything. We looked at it and we was like, oh my God. But the price was a little iffy. It was like a nice big old 2-story house in a nice area, and the rent was like $1,000. And we're like, yeah, sure. This house is like a big house.
But
kind of found out it was a scam, but
the difference was that it was easily to notice it was a scam because they gave us a key code that didn't work, so we couldn't even go in. We called them. We like, this doesn't work.
The second time, the key code didn't work.
The first time?
The first time we went in, right? Oh, we never ended up in. Oh,
it never worked. That's why we called him. He was like, he was like some foreign dude. He like, oh, what? I
don't know how he thought that was gonna work.
I looked it up. Like you can like call when you like when we went to go look at that the church space. I called her and said I'm gonna go look at it. I got the code from her then. I could have called somebody and be like, I own this space, you know, go check it out, and then gave them the code. You know what I'm saying? But that didn't work because they changed the code electronically. Right. That was a lockbox code, but I could have did something like that.
But for scammers, people are way more cautious now. They'll change it now because of that reason.
Exactly.
So that's why I'm like, maybe they done figured out a new scam these days, because the old scam don't work no more.
A scam that you gotta, like I said, like if this is a scam, it has to be the most intricate scam ever. You meet up face to face with them. There's names. There's kids. There's an address for their rental property office.
Them offering us keys. So I'm like,
is it really like this?
Maybe my mind is just tripping. Because I'm like, you know, my emotions is all over the place of us like just, you know, expanding the business. And it's just like, is this really happening? Is it really this easy to get a place? Maybe it is.
I mean, we thought before we started looking that it was going to be way harder as far as they're going to be super strict with credit. Plus, we thought it was going to be thousands of dollars more than it actually is. I had no idea that a warehouse costed how much it costed. Like, that was a small one. It was 1,500 square feet, which is on the smaller side. But I did not know that it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like at least double the price that it was. This office is huge. When I saw it online, I didn't believe that was the whole, like, the real price for it. Like, but it is priced normally. When I looked at other offices, I've been looking around, and that's the basic price of offices. It's like, it's not that much. It's like my mind made it seem like a bigger obstacle than it was when I just thought about it. Like,
because we was never into anything like getting offices. Of course, we always like get places like, you know, houses and stuff, but never like office spaces. So we didn't know like the price range and all that. That's why this is new to us. That's why we feel how we feel. Well, I feel how I feel.
I feel the same way.
But when we moved into this house that we are in now, we was like currently in a different state, and we took a leap of faith.
Yeah, we had to do that online. Like, and our landlord here was the same thing. She is extremely cool. Almost too cool to be true.
Yeah, she's like the best landlord we ever had, and
so we had to go on faith. We sent the payment before we even was like knowing if it was 100% legit. I did my research, and then everything seemed legit, like I always do. But that's the same kind of thing. So like sometimes you can just run into these situations, and hopefully this is the time, and we will let y'all know.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah. All right. Kids.
Good.
Kids ain't great.
They excited to come
Yeah, my
see.
daughter was like, the older one, you didn't take me with you. I've been looking at it again. Tell me if you change your mind.
Looks
I
great.
got too many people wanting this, trust me.
We gotta ask you because we've been debating this whole time.
On what?
Like, is this real? Because like, why are you being so nice?
I actually just wanted to be. You know, when he said you're married, I'm like, man, you should have told me that from day one, man. Because my friend was like, John was like, man, let's give him the small stuff. I'm like, man,
Give him a what?
a smaller space. I'm like,
Yeah.
nah.
Yeah, this is perfect. Yeah, because we was like, what the warehouse was 15. You said this is 1,200 square feet.
Really?
It was 15. The
Oh,
warehouse.
this is like 1,100 or something.
Yeah. Because the warehouse, yeah, it was 15, but it was including the two small office spaces that we had.
Have a look, make sure you like it. I think your wife is like, it's just for real.
All right.
I am.
Yeah.
We still.
You
Right
know,
now.
Honestly, there was another lady, to be honest with you. Like, man, she was like, I just paid it for real. Man, but after talking to you guys, I like it. Let the heater kick in for a second. To be honest, this is actually a very good placement.
It's a great place. I love it.
I've seen worse. I'll be honest with you. I've seen worse. Worse in the sense that, you know, a lot more cleaning, a lot more stuff. This is
Right.
like
It's
Already
like literally ready to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
What is this? Is this thermostat or what?
Huh?
What's that?
What, this?
Yeah.
No, it's a camera.
Oh,
Thermostat.
like, I thought you were measuring. You know.
For our YouTube channel, we're documenting this whole process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is
All right, YouTube.
this is a scam. This is him.
This is a scam. YouTube.
That's his face.
Yeah.
Sean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I seen the full name. What's the full one?
Go read it from the contract, man.
I couldn't
I know it's
pronounce it.
scary. I know you feel that way.
Yeah.
You could. You should.
Yeah, and yeah, it's our first time expanding from the house.
You
So
know, when you said that, I feel like it's the right thing to do. Robert is this man.
Yeah, we never met anyone like this
Yeah.
before.
He's good people when you get to know him, but he's always very like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, man, they're cool people.
What's up, guys?
we in our new office. So listen, we gotta update y'all. First of all, let's send a thank you to God for blessing us with this space in such a way that was unexpected. First sentence, let's send it up. Thank you, God. Like we were saying earlier, like she thought it was a scam. She turned everything upside down. Like, hold on, this gotta be a scam. This can't be. It's too good to be true. Like they say, it's something too good to be true. Then it's too good to be true. And it's, then it is. So, how you feel about that? Is it too
We
good?
here.
We here. I don't know if y'all. I'll show y'all around. Well, y'all seen around earlier, but yeah, this guy is different. Like, he's really different, and I feel blessed to be able to have run into somebody that is cool, looks like us a little bit more like the other guy, and it's just like he seems to see our vision and believe in us, which is pretty cool, to have, because we never had a lot of people that believe in our vision and what we wanted to do. And we was just sitting there talking to him, and he was just like, based on the energy that I gave him in the first phone call when I asked about the place, and just let him know that we were serious about moving and expanding, and then finding out that we were a family-owned husband-wife company.
He basically was telling you, you should have said that in the beginning.
Right.
That was your wife.
Yeah.
Said a lot of people come in here and, have some different type of relationship dynamics, and he don't ask anymore. And when he found out we was husband and wife for, we've been together for 14 years. I don't know what that did to him, but maybe he was like more so like moved by that because he's a family man. Like when we first met him, he had his kids here.
Yeah, he brought his 2 kids, and that was pretty different, but also cool because he just like came off immediately like really cool.
And his kids is in here running around literally slamming doors and like being crazy like our kids.
Right.
He has 3 kids. We have 3 kids. He's married. And I don't know, like he said that he felt like he was different, but I feel like he means different as in us different because we're different.
He just seen something in us that he believed in, and that was important to us. Like I said, we never really had nobody to believe in what we're doing. Like when we started Cerebral Teas, we just put our head down and did it. We wasn't talking about it with a lot of people. We didn't bring it up as like, we got this goal that we're trying to do with Cerebral Teas. We just started. Nobody really even knew until we started selling a lot, and then we started to post about it. But we've been like we've already said, going at this alone and not having some support systems and having people that look out for us. So like he was off bat, he was being extremely nice, which was like a red flag. And that's just like how the world has become, like a red flag when you're too nice. And like our lease starts on the 1st, and he's like, yo, you can get the keys today. Like we're in here now, we have the keys, and literally we haven't even sent the wire over yet.
He's not, he wasn't even talking about money the whole time.
Right, it's like
he was like basically avoiding it. I don't know, something was really different about this experience. Even when he came here and we talked about like the money and the electric and switching it over, he was like, that wasn't even a concern for him.
Yeah, he's like, don't worry, like no, don't worry about it. Like he let us in here early to be able to get in and settle in without having to rush.
Mind you, it's Christmas, so I don't know if he wanted to do it because it was Christmas, and he basically was saying like he wanted to give us the keys like days ago, like when we were first approved. Yeah. But he was like, I don't want to freak him out. Right. Like, we was freaked out.
We was freaked out.
He wanted to freak us out even more, but he knew it would freak us out because I really don't know why. Maybe the conversation he had with you, or just like people in general. Like there's a trust thing there. If it seems like someone's being too nice, you feel like somebody wants something from you. That's just how the world is.
And the whole time he's just not asking, like not pressing the payment, not pressing. I bring it up. I'm like, so when do you want the payment? You want me to send the payment? He's like, I'll send that information. I'll send that. Big things for Cerebral Seeds coming in 2022. Like we're in here a week before, and we're about to start moving stuff in.
It's almost like it's just
got a sour sop. Got a first bag of sour sop in here.
It's almost like the universe chose this life for us.
And just open the doors.
Because it's like I told you, it felt like he just was like an angel or something that just, it's like, okay, this is...
Don't worry about it. Yeah, just like, we'll help you. I got you. Like, what about... No, I got you. And this is like, it really just all worked out. It's really a too good to be true situation. That's not too good to be true. Like, this is ours.
And he was talking about like the Bible thing the other day about like people coming in your life for a reason. I almost feel like that's how it is with this guy, like, cause it's like our
camera about to die, so it cut off. That's why.
But it's like we're meant to be who we are, healers. Like this is what we are meant to be, and he came in to like help us get to the next level. Because there's so many people out there that need help that still is, we're not able to reach. This situation here will get us there.
Yeah. So shout out to you, Sean, if you are watching this. We might become a big, he said he's going to try the tea, so he might become a big fan. That would be cool. And
like we part of the family, like.
Right.
All right, guys. Today's been a crazy day,
and
we gotta process everything. We're like off of emotions and
it's mind blowing. It's kind of speechless, but
we're gonna go ahead and work on our office for you guys, and we'll update you soon. Camera's about to die, so
2, 1, pow.